Welcome back. We're going to continue with our Find the Fraction, Part 2. So yesterday we looked at fractions on the number line, and we broke that one tricky number line into two different sections. We broke them into thirds, 1, 2, 3, and we broke them into halves, 1, 2. This one's a little trickier than the last time, but the same concept. So this time we're going to see which fraction is greater, 5/3 or 5/2. Who can remember the trick for when the numerator is the same? That's right, if the numerator is the same, the smaller denominator should be the greater fraction. So let's see if that's true. Here is 5/3 on our number line, and 5/2 on our number line would be right here. So was 5/2 greater than or less than 5/3? Yeah, it's greater than. Who can remember what happens when the numerator is the same, like in this next problem? So our numerator is the same, and we want to find the fraction that's less. You're right, if the numerator is the same, then the smaller denominator is the larger fraction. So we've got 4/3 and 4/2 again. So I can see 4/3 right here. And where is that 4/2? Oh, right there it is. Which one is less, 4/3 or 4/2? Yes, when the numerator is the same, the larger denominator is the smaller fraction. So for this next one, we have another one where the numerator is the same, the denominators are different. So 7/2 or 7/3. Let's pick a different color this time, green. 7/2 or 7/3. Well, I can see 7/3 right here, and I can see 7/2 right here. When the numerator is the same, the smaller denominator is the greater fraction, so 7/2 is the greater fraction. Which fraction is less? When the numerator is the same, we're looking at the smaller denominator to be the larger fraction. So which one is less? We've got 2/2 and we've got 2/3. Which one is less? 2/3, because it has the larger denominator. Circle a fraction that's equal to 6. Equal to 6. So that means if I divide, or equal to 3, sorry. If I divide the numerator by the denominator, it should be 3. So is 6 divided by 2, 3? Or 6 divided by 3, 3? Well, here's 3 on our number line. And I can see 6 divided by 2 is there. Numerator is the same. Smaller denominator is the bigger fraction. So I see 6/2 and 6/3. So it's going to be 6/2. Okay, we want to circle the fraction that is equal to 4. So again, you can do the numerator divided by the denominator. Let me pick a different color for this. You could do 4 divided by 2, or 12 divided by 3. So what times 3 equals 12? That's right, it's 4. And what times 2 equals 4? It's 2. So it should be 12/3. Let's find it on the number line. So here's 12/3 on our number line. And does it equal 4? It does. It wants us to circle the fraction that's greater. Again, both the numerators are the same. The denominators are different. If you have the same numerator, the smaller denominator is the bigger fraction. So which one's going to be bigger? 8/3 or 8/2? Numerator is the same, the denominator is different. Here is 8/3, and here is 8/2. Which one is bigger? That's right, 8/2. Good work today.